Welcome to this explainer on the mid-year housing market update, specifically diving into why the forecasts for 2026 completely changed. Look, if you're a first-time homebuyer and the housing market feels, well, completely confusing right now, you are absolutely not alone. You've been saving up, you've been watching the news, and you're probably just trying to figure out when things are going to finally feel a little bit easier or more affordable.
Let's just validate that anxiety for a second. Are you waiting for the quote-unquote perfect housing market? So many buyers right now are just sitting on the sidelines, crossing their fingers, basically waiting for rates and prices to just magically plummet before they make a move.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the 2026 Market Plot Twist.
Back at the tail end of 2025, economists were painting this really rosy picture for 2026. The expectation was that mortgage rates would drop, affordability would improve dramatically, and home sales were going to see this massive rebound. But man, mid-2026 reality hit entirely differently. Mortgage rates have stayed stubbornly elevated, buyers are incredibly hesitant, and the sales pace has slowed way down. So if you've been feeling totally confused because the reality out there doesn't match the headlines you read last year, your feelings are completely valid.
Let's look at the why. Section 2, why forecasts actually changed.
It really boils down to three massive global factors that kind of teamed up to change the trajectory. Number one, lingering inflation. Number two, ongoing economic uncertainty. And number three, growing geopolitical tensions overseas. These three forces essentially collided to push mortgage rates way higher than the experts originally expected. And because rates stayed elevated for longer, a ton of buyers, probably just like you, continued to hold off.
Let's talk about the big one keeping people up at night. Section 3, mortgage rates and you.
So here is the real update on rates. Originally, projections had rates chilling comfortably in the upper 5s or low 6s by this time of year. But the updated forecast? Yeah, a lot of industry organizations are now saying rates are going to stay roughly in the mid-6s for the rest of the year. Everybody wants those lower rates for sure, but experts just don't think a massive drop is likely to happen right now unless inflation suddenly plummets or overseas conflicts unexpectedly end. But actually, hold on. Here is a crucial bit of perspective. While rates are kind of stuck in the mid-6s, they are still lower than they were a year ago. So, waiting around on the sidelines for a massive, unprecedented rate drop might not actually pay off the way you're hoping.
To put some real numbers to this, look at 4.2 million. Back in late 2025, the experts thought we'd see an average of 4.5 million existing homes sold this year. Now, that expectation has dropped down to 4.2 million. What that number clearly tells us is that higher monthly mortgage payments are keeping buyers on the fence and making affordability a very real challenge, especially for first-timers. The whole pace of the market has just slowed.
And this brilliantly illustrates a massive hidden risk for hesitant buyers. Lawrence Yun, he's the chief economist over at the National Association of Realtors, he hit the nail on the head. He points out there is sizable pent-up demand that could be released into the market. Translation? Once those geopolitical tensions resolve and rates finally begin to settle down, all those people who have been sitting on the sidelines with you are going to suddenly jump back in. We are already seeing glimmers of this with pending home sales improving month over month. If you stay out of the market right now, you are literally going to face a massive flood of competing buyers later on and potentially have way fewer homes to even choose from.
But hey, it is not all doom and gloom. Section 4, silver linings for first-time buyers.
It's actually not just existing homes feeling the squeeze right now. Builders were expecting a much stronger year, too. They originally projected new home sales to top 700,000 in 2026. Now, economists expect will fall just shy of that mark. And again, you guessed it, that's because of those elevated mortgage rates keeping buyers away.
But this builder's shortfall, it creates a massive, massive advantage for you. Because builders are falling short of their sales goals, they are highly motivated to move their new construction inventory right now. So this gives you three clear pieces of leverage. Number one, builders' incentives. Number two, real negotiation opportunities. And number three, pricing flexibility. Builders are ready to deal, which gives you incredible leverage to get a better outcome if you live in a market with new construction. It's a total game changer.
Now for a quick reality check. Section 5. Why prices keep rising.
Will prices finally drop? I mean, this is the biggest myth holding hesitant buyers back right now. This intense hope that if you just wait a tiny bit longer, the market will crash and prices will just magically plummet.
Well, here is the tough, unvarnished truth. Even though overall sales activity is slower, experts absolutely did not revise their home price forecast downward.
They still expect prices to rise nationally this year. And you know what? Actually, steady price growth is exactly what you want. You're going to feel way better about making the biggest purchase of your life when you know the asset isn't going to just depreciate the second you get the keys.
So the crucial point is understanding the why here. Why are prices rising if sales are slow? Think of it like a giant seesaw. While buyer demand has softened because of those elevated rates, the number of actual homes for sale remains relatively limited overall. That fundamental imbalance? Lower demand, sure, but even lower supply is exactly what is propping up prices. It pretty much proves that a massive market crash just isn't coming anytime soon.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Is the cost of waiting higher than the cost of buying today? Look, the market hasn't rebounded as quickly as everyone hoped, but it definitely hasn't stalled out either. It's just having a temporary reaction to some broader economic uncertainty. If you can comfortably afford a home at today's rates, buying now might actually protect you from the intense, crazy competition and higher prices coming down the road. Don't just sit around waiting for a quote-unquote perfect moment that might literally never arrive. Go talk to a local real estate agent, find out exactly what's happening in your specific neighborhood, and empower yourself with the facts. You've got this.